Hey Seahawks Nation, buckle up, because what's happening in Seattle right now could seriously shake the entire direction of this franchise. There's a rookie who came in without much hype, flying completely under the radar, but now he's out there trying to flip the script with pure grit and hunger. And he's doing it even with the clock working against him. But right in the middle of this uphill grind for a roster spot, injuries have already started throwing a wrench into the plans for several players, and that could end a lot of dreams before we even hit week 1. And just to raise the heat even more, the team's top wideout is about to step into a negotiation that's all about millions of dollars, long-term vision, and choices that could ripple through the entire locker room. So the real question is, can the front office handle the pressure and keep the situation from exploding? So don't go anywhere, stick with me through the end of this one, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, because this string of updates could absolutely redefine where our Seahawks are headed next. This could be a turning point for the franchise, and you don't want to miss a second. Let's show what the 12s are really made of. And we kick things off with a name barely anyone thought would be wearing the blue and green this summer. We're talking about Seth Coleman, an edge rusher who spent a long 6 years grinding it out at the University of Illinois. Now, he arrives in Seattle as one of the most experienced rookies on the roster, but also one of the most at risk. Looking at the whole picture, the guy was a 4-star recruit out of Florida with great size and wingspan for a pass rusher. He stood out physically. But even with that, he didn't get drafted. And that raises the big question, why exactly? His stats are actually solid: 183 total tackles, 15.5 sacks, 15 pass deflections. That's production. But according to scouts, he just didn't have that wow factor, that extra gear that separates the good from the great. He's got agility, no doubt, but what's missing is that explosive burst at the snap, that first step quickness that dominates off the line. And with him turning 25 this December, time is absolutely not on his side. The Seahawks signed him on May 2nd, but for him to survive cutdowns, he'll have to outperform not only fellow undrafted free agents like Jared Ivey, Jolon Gaines, and Connor O'Toole, but also seasoned veterans who've already been in the building and know the system well. And the truth is, edge rusher is one of the toughest spots to break into on this current Seahawks roster. We're talking about heavy hitters like DeMarcus Lawrence, Boy Mafe, Derek Hall, and Uchenna Nwosu already holding it down. And don't forget about guys like Jamie Sheriff and Tyreek Smith, who are right in the thick of the battle for backup roles. If Coleman wants even a remote shot at the practice squad, he's going to need to show something far beyond his college tape. He'll have to flash real impact on the field, urgency, burst, awareness, and he'll need to do it all with an incredibly slim margin for error. Because at this level, one bad rep can change your future. And as if Coleman's challenge wasn't already steep enough, imagine trying to make your mark when training camp hasn't even truly started, and 5 rookies are already on the shelf. That's exactly what happened this week in Renton. 6 players, including 1 draft pick, were placed on the non-football injury list, better known as the NFI. That includes 5th-rounder Riley Mills, a defensive end whose injury was known ahead of time, as he continues rehabbing an ACL tear from his Notre Dame days. That one wasn't a surprise. But the other 5? They're all UDFAs, players who need every single rep to prove they belong. We're talking linebacker Derrick Jackson, wide receivers Tyrone Broden and Montre Foster, and corners Z.Y. Alexander and Isis Waxter. All of them were long shots already, and now they're starting training camp on the back foot. The tough part about the NFI list is this: it doesn't mean they're out for good. They can return anytime. But in a camp this competitive, even a couple days missed can put you way behind when coaches start making decisions about who gets reps in preseason games and who's on the chopping block before August wraps. It's also important to remember that the NFI includes any injury that didn't happen in NFL-related activity. That means it could be from college, off-season workouts, or just something that happened in everyday life. Last year, 4 rookies started camp on the NFI and came back within a week. That's the hope this time too. But still, every day off the field matters, especially when you're already fighting from the bottom up. And we haven't even touched on the mystery surrounding tight end Elijah Arroyo, who hasn't yet reported to Renton. This is the guy the Seahawks picked 50th overall, and he's still not in camp. Same goes for safety Nick Emenwari, the 35th pick, who also hasn't signed his deal yet. And while those two wait on contract negotiations, the tension among fans is only rising. Now 12s, let's shift the focus to something that could completely reshape the franchise's long-term future. Yes, we're talking about Jaxon Smith-Njigba. The wide receiver who lit it up in 2024 is now the undisputed WR1 in Seattle. And he's stepping into a zone where his elite play, sky-high expectations, and the looming shadow of a mega contract are all about to collide. Let's break it down! Last season, JSN had 100 receptions for 1,130 yards and 6 touchdowns. His catch rate? A ridiculous 73% on 137 targets. Now compare that to Garrett Wilson, his former teammate from Ohio State who now plays for the Jets. Wilson just signed a 4-year, $130 million extension. He posted 101 catches, 1,104 yards, and 7 TDs on 154 targets with a 65.6% catch rate. Basically, if JSN had been fed the ball like Wilson, he would have put up even better numbers. And you can bet JSN knows it. He's not just watching, he's calculating. He's still got a year left on his rookie deal, but the Seahawks will soon be forced to talk extension. And the way things are trending, the price tag is only going up. With the NFL salary cap rising year after year, we're talking about a possible deal in the $140 to $160 million range over 4 years. That's franchise-altering money. And if the Seahawks do decide to make JSN the top priority in 2026, other parts of the roster might suffer. The budget isn't infinite. And now that DK Metcalf is out of the picture, the front office has to walk a tightrope, keeping this offense dynamic without blowing up the salary cap. So yeah, training camp 2025 isn't just about pads and drills. It's about battles for roster spots, injuries already impacting rotations, and a potential record-breaking contract looming on the horizon for the team's top playmaker. All of this is unfolding while Mike McDonald continues building his identity as head coach, trying to keep Seattle in the playoff hunt in an NFC West that's shaping up to be an absolute war zone. But now I want to hear from you 12s. With so much happening all at once, what hit you the hardest so far? Was it the rookie battles to make the roster? The injuries that sparked concern right as camp began? Or the contract buzz surrounding JSN that could rewrite franchise history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your voice matters here. You're part of this journey. And of course, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell so you never miss a single update. This is just the beginning. Let's keep showing the world the power of the 12s every single day. Go Hawks!